Honorable Director General of Archaeological Survey of India, Shri Yudhvir Singh Rawat ji, Honorable Secretary, Tourism, State of Gujarat, Commissioner Tourism, CEO of Book My Show, my dear friend Ashish Hemrajani, distinguished guests, investors, industry leaders from India and abroad, the travel partners from different parts of the world, my brothers and sisters from this dynamic and visionary land of Gujarat. Namaste and good afternoon to all of you. It's a privilege to stand before you at this inspiring conference at the outset of Vibrant Gujarat Regional Conference 2025 of North Gujarat. Cultural roots and global connections. Here in the hallowed ground of Gujarat Ganpat University, surrounded by seekers of knowledge and stewards of culture, we reaffirm a truth that has guided India for millennia, that the strength of this nation is not only in the economy, but in the depths of its civilizations. Dear friends, Gujarat is the land of vision and resolve, and it has always been a land where faith, enterprise, and courage converge. It is the land of Mahatma Gandhi, who taught us Hind Swaraj and Gram Swaraj, the power of self-reliance and moral strength. It is the land of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who united a fragmented India into one sovereign whole, giving life to the ideas of Ek Bharat, Shrestha Bharat. Here the energy of every village, every artisan, every youth is directed towards nation building. Gujarat's story is not just an industrial dynamism, but of spiritual depth, where development is inseparable from dharma and progress walks hand in hand with values. When we speak of India's civilizational identity, the contribution of Buddhism shines as one of its most enduring light. Lord Buddha's teachings, compassion, non-violence, mindfulness, and the middle path are not bound by geography or time. In the world torn by unrest and imbalances, its message offers the most relevant part to the peace and coexistence. Dear friends, India's Buddhist heritage is therefore not a chapter in history, but a living force, a bridge between East and West, traditions and modernity, and the soul and society. Friends, Gujarat is a sacred thread in the Buddhist tapestry. As apprised by the Secretary, it fills us with immense pride that Gujarat too holds a vital place in this sacred story of Lord Buddha. At Devni Mori in Sabarkantha, archaeologists uncovered the sacred relics of Lord Buddha himself, one of the few such finds in Western India. At Vadnagar, we find the remains of monastic settlement that once hosted scholars and monks from distant lands. And atop Girnar's tranquil peaks, echoes of meditation and enlightenment still linger. These are not just ruins, they are reminders of a timeless dialogue between humanity and divinity. They tell us that in Gujarat, faith and philosophy have always walked with enterprise and innovation. Under the visionary leadership of our Prime Minister, Honorable Narendra Modi ji, and the Chief Minister of Gujarat, Honorable Bhupendra Patel ji, India's Buddhist heritage has been accorded the priority and reverence it truly deserves. Through the Swadesh Darshan and Prasad schemes, Hundreds of crore rupees have been sanctioned for the development of Buddhist circuits all across the country and the state of Gujarat, including Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, and others. Infrastructure, amenities, and digital interpretation are being created to the global standards. Connectivity has been strengthened, most notably through the international recognition of Kushinagar Airport, directly linking India's sacred geography with Buddhist nations across India. The repatriation of Lord Buddha's relics from Thailand, Myanmar, and other nations stands as a landmark in cultural diplomacy, renewing the bonds of shared heritage. In Bihar, the newly constructed Vaishali Museum and Stupa complex, spread across 70 acres, now enshrines the sacred relics of the enlightened one in a world-class facility that integrate reverence, sustainability, and education. Friends, let me apprise you briefly about Honorable Prime Minister's vision and personal connection with Buddhism. Our Prime Minister reverence for Lord Buddha is deeply personal. At the International Abhidhamma Day in New Delhi in 2024, he said, I would like to quote, "It is my privilege that my connections with Lord Buddha begin at birth, continues to guide my journey even today." This profound statement encapsulates his approach to governance, where policy is informed by purpose and progress is rooted in peace. Under his leadership, Buddha heritage is no longer confined to preservations. It has become a movement of cultural renaissance and global friendship. Dear friend, this renaissance in heritage and faith tourism is mirrored in the extraordinary growth of India's tourism sector as a whole. Over the past decade, India's tourism landscape has been completely transformed. Between 2014 and 2022, more than $9 billion flowed into hospitality and tourism infrastructure. In 2023, India welcomed 9.52 million foreign tourists, earning 2.31 lakh crore in foreign exchange, a 47% jump over the previous year. That was a COVID-affected year. Last year, India has welcomed almost 20 million foreign tourists, and it is estimated that 247 crore tourists have traveled across country as a domestic travelers. This sector supported over 84 million jobs, reaffirming its position as a cornerstone of employment and livelihood. And it contributes at this moment around 6% into our national GDP. Dear friends, the recovery from the pandemic has been remarkable. With 9.66 million foreign tourist arrivals in 24, while domestic tourism surged to a record heights as Indians rediscovered their own heritage and hidden gems. Looking ahead, the projections are even more inspiring. By 2028, India's tourism and hospitality industry is expected to reach revenues exceeding 5.2 lakh crores, that is $60 billion. The sector is poised to grow at the 20% compound annual growth rate, CAGR, driven by infrastructure, digital connectivity, and global interest in India's cultural diversity. By 2047, India envisions a tourism ecosystem where sustainability, spirituality, and heritage will be its defining pillars, transforming not just for our GDP, but our global identity. In this broader movement, Gujarat's Buddhist and adventure tourism initiatives are vital strands of the national tapestry, helping build a Viksit Bharat that is both prosperous and deeply rooted. Today's conference reminds us that Gujarat can once again lead India's next great tourism revolution, one that fuses innovation with its inheritance. Just as the state has pioneered industry and agriculture, It can now pioneer spiritual and heritage-based tourism, integrating devotion with design and ancient wisdom with modern infrastructure. Investors are here have the opportunity to shape high-quality pilgrimage circuits, interpretation centers, meditation retreats, museums, eco-lodges, and smart heritage trails, all connected through sustainable mobility and digital experiences. Dear friends, such initiatives will not only preserve our civilizational essence, but also generate employment, empower artisans, and bring prosperity to local communities. We must remember, Buddhist tourism is not merely an economic enterprise. It is a movement of peace, compassion, and shared humanity. By rejuvenating sacred sites as Devni Mori, Vadnagar, and Girnar into centers of meditation, research, and global dialogue, we open new avenues of knowledge, employment, and international collaborations. This is how culture becomes capital, how spirituality becomes strength, and how our Viksit Bharat 2047 visions become a reality. Gujarat's geography offers unparalleled diversity for adventure, eco, and experiential tourism. The White Run of Kutch is world-renowned canvas for off-roading, hot air balloon, and stargazing. Girnars and Saputara become trackers and climbers with their rugged beauty. The blue flag beaches of Shivrajpur invite divers and marine explorers, while Dharoi has emerged as a hub for air, land, and water adventure sports, with over 30,000 visitors participating in the recent Adventure Festival. Through safe, sustainable, and world-class adventure tourism circuits, Gujarat is building a new model of growth that balances ecology, employment, and also excitement. This is the time to invest in Gujarat's vision. We are creating world-class Buddhist interpretation center, eco-friendly pilgrimage lodges, and digital AR/VR tourism experiences under an inclusive public-private partnership framework. These initiatives promise long-term returns, global collaborations, and deep cultural satisfaction for those who invest not only capital but also conviction. I assure you that under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi ji and here the Chief Minister of Gujarat, the Government of India and State of Gujarat both are fully committed to protecting your investments, preserving our heritage, and promoting sustainable tourism. Dear friends, tourism will continue to provide financial and policy support for Buddhist circuits, simplify approvals and ensure regulatory efficiency, enhance global promotion through digital campaigns and cultural diplomacy, and prioritize authenticity, safety, and community participation, ensuring that monks, artisans, guides, and local citizens remain the custodians of this living heritage. Together, we can build not just destinations, but experiences that awaken the soul. While concluding, I would like to give you all a call to be a part of this cultural renaissance. Let this conference mark a milestone where Gujarat's economic progress and spiritual resurgence walk hand in hand. Let Buddhist heritage tourism not remain a sector, but rise as a movement for peace, compassion, and cultural dialogue. Let Gujarat stands as a living example of what Viksit Bharat 2047 truly means, where development is sacred and culture is celebrated. As we move forward, may this ancient yet ever young land continue to echo the timeless words of the Buddhist, of the Lord Buddha, Appo Deepo Bhave, be your own light. Thank you very much.